It's J More, the very best reviews. Tell them none can contest, we gon'
What's good, everybody? Welcome to the show. Open up my window again. Open up my window again. I can't get anybody to body. I don't remember the rest of the words, just in case. Godfather of Harlem is back, boy. Bumpy Johnson back. I can't say looking good. I don't know. Is it just me? Or is Forrest Whitaker acting like he can't walk? I mean, it's more like Humpy Johnson. He walking with a hump. No more Doogie. The Doogie. No more Doogie. Matter of fact, give me a rollator. What the hell? I hope it ain't actual. I hope he acting. I hope Forrest ain't falling apart right before our eyes. I mean, Private Powell. That's Chin Gigante, if you didn't know. Private Powell from Full Metal Jacket. Vincent D'Onofrio. I always get his last name wrong. But he a great actor. He actually looking good. Chin was looking bad. He was looking like he had gained a couple pounds. Now, season 4, he done slimmed down, looking good. I'm like, damn, Chin Gigante looking good. Bumpy over here, Humpy Johnson. Master. Humpback of the Harlem. Humpback of Harlem in this mug is what this season 4 look like. Anyway, it was good. I like the episode. They talk about what happened with Malcolm. Boy, she sure was a down woman, wasn't she? I know you didn't do it, baby. I don't take that plea deal. Judge, I got to say my piece. He ain't did it. That's my man. I love him and he loved me. I mean, damn. He said, baby, it's over. I'ma be here for a while. I'm in this box. It's okay, baby. I'ma fight. I'll be here waiting for you. I'm like, damn, my girl wouldn't wait for me to get out the hospital. I must not be worth a damn thing. I guess. I don't know. Well, maybe it was her. I put it on her. She ain't worth a damn thing. Anyway, we get to some of these comments. Sure. I gotta get my glasses. I'm getting old, man. I'm trying to fight against it, y'all. Uh Shara King Black. What's good, man? First in the building with the comments. I appreciate you. Place to vent. I'm back. That's what's good. I'm back with you. Caroline Lewis. Carolyn Lewis, hey, oh, it's back. I'm watching now. I thought the show was over. No, they just brought season 4 out today. The first episode dropped and it's picking up where the last season left off. And it's pretty much a lot of it is about Malcolm X, and they got the courtroom stuff. I ain't gonna spoil it for you since you say you about to watch it, but it was good. I enjoyed it. I think Bumpy making a mistake, so I'm gonna get into that after you leave if you didn't want to get spoiled. If you want to get spoiled, I'm about to spoil your ass. All right, girl, because I'm gonna let it all out. Gina, what's good, my sister from another mister? She say, hey, Jay, in the chat, I'm at work. I haven't seen it yet, so I'm going to check the playback. I feel you. I know you don't want to get them spoilers, so you might want to go and check it out. It's one thing I don't like in this episode that I think is some old twist in the modern crap that's going on in that woke woman Me Too stuff. I hope I'm wrong, and I hope this did happen, because the problem is these are real people in situations. Of course, they don't know everything everybody did and say it wasn't there, documenting it and things. It's not like the White House where everything is recorded and documented. But I don't like that flip that Chin Gigante's daughter was doing, Stella. I don't think that's accurate. I think that's a modern woman empowerment storyline narratives. I hope I'm wrong and that she actually did do this. But if she didn't and they wrote it to do this, why? Why? I don't like that. I think that's whack. One of the things I really don't like in movies is seeing like a 125-pound white girl doing karate, kicking a bunch of dudes' ass, knocking them out with one punch, doing that old flip where they put their legs around the neck and spin and flip over and flip the dude around, and then they just lay there, they out for the count. They don't get up, they knocked out from this. I just don't like. At least you could put a black or Hispanic woman in there. At least you would think, well, they is kind of crazy. They've been to cut you, you know, put some grease in their head and put a couple ponytails in there. But these 100-pound Miss Marvels, I just don't believe that they can knock a grown person out with one punch. I just don't believe that. Anyway, moving on. Sharrock the King. Stephen Harris, my brother, that's what's up. Oh, please. Yes, Steve, I'm glad you said this. And this is something that I have a problem with, is that I don't never ask people to subscribe or hit the like button and all that stuff. But you know what? I need people to subscribe. I need people to comment. I need people to hit the like button. My channel has been in limbo for a few years. And it's just, I almost stopped at one point because of some of the things that's going on. So anyway, please hit the like button if you enjoy the show tonight. Definitely appreciate it. And if you haven't already, please subscribe, because I am close to the 35K and it would be nice to get there soon. Anyway, moving along. Sharrock King, you say Godfather Harlem is Black Panther season 2. Rock seen a ghost. I know that's right. Carolyn Lewis, you say, okay, thanks. I'm watching now. It's okay. I'm listening to you and watching. All right. Well, since I brought it up, I'll say this first about the Chien Gigante daughter scenario. I don't like. And then also I think Bumpy is making a big mistake. Two big mistakes, actually. Two big mistakes. One I understand, the other one is because when you make one mistake, and I actually learned this from another Forrest Whitaker movie called Ghost Dog. It's about him being a samurai in modern New York. Very accurate. But one of the things he said, it was because he was a samurai, so he would read different passages from like this philosophy book, and he say it's bad when I can't remember the right words, but he basically said don't turn one bad thing into two. And that's basically what a lot of people do. They have one bad situation or they make one mistake, and rather than address it, they'll lie about it or do other things, which then out of that one thing, you created a lie, you created other things, you created multiple problems or mistakes or went down that road. Anyway, I think Bumpy is doing that because he wants to get out of the doogie business. No more doogie. No doogie. We're not selling the doogie. Malcolm, I want to be the man you're going to be proud of one day. No more doogie. I'm going to be a good businessman. I'm only going to run casinos and steal and rob from my people legitimate ways. Okay? Anyway, he don't want to sell dope no more. But he want to get into what, real estate and other projects, but he don't have the money to make that work. And so he still want to keep it black owned and have control over that, which is good. But at the same time, he doesn't have the money to do it. So he's trying to get loans and things from the bank. And the one bad thing is, well, I'll get to that part just yet. So the loans in the bank said that he don't have the financing and the capital, and if he put up all his properties, including my family home, I'm gonna put up my family home. Anyway, he had to put up his house, everything, to get $3 million loan, which was a lot of money back then. That's probably equal to 30 million today. So he put up all his properties, everything, and so now, by getting out of the doogie business, he has no leverage, all his properties. And so here's the bad thing, is that he was selling the dope and he got out of it, but the way he got out of it with Chin feels like you owe me. And instead of trying to work it out with him, he decide, no, I don't want it. This gonna be black owned. I don't want y'all in it. And so that's I can understand that why he trying to do that. But he gotta understand also that the world he in, these people can ruin you. They could what? Bomb some, burn down these places. Make it where nobody want to live in these places. Make it a hell for you to do these things. And so he got to understand this. I don't see how he's trying to do this unilaterally. And then he got into the big argument with Chin after Chin whacked one of his boys saying this what friends do. He said, look, 70, 30, 70, 60, 40 your way. He should have took that deal. But by not doing that, which was bad, he ended up turning into another bad move by telling Chin, get the fork out. Get the fork out of my place. You know the door. Get out. Get out. So I think he's making a huge mistake and getting a big problem down the road for him. Now, the problem I see with Stella Gigante is she's trying to manipulate Joe Colombo, and at the same time play her father. So she's doing the books and he's trusting her. She's saying, you making more money than ever. He didn't want to do a deal with Colombo. Colombo talked to her, told her that she owes him for putting him in jail, which she pretty much does. And so she talks to her father. She doing a double dip. Tell him, hey, you need to make the deal, but we'll, make the money, blase, Skippy, whatever. So she tells Colombo to make this deal and meet up at this location, but come along. Colombo then tries to put in a plan. They even whacked the damn uh waiter for nothing because it didn't go, the plan didn't go through. So this dude got whacked for a plan that didn't even happen. They whacked the waiter, put on the waiter's clothes, and they ready to put two in the back of Chin, only to find that she's waiting there for the meeting. And he's like, what is this? And she said, oh yeah, what you thought you was gonna whack him? That ain't gonna work. And so she said, you want to really hurt him? Whack me. Put that on the table. Put a piece on the table. He like, oh no, this don't do that. Whatever. So, which I think she's really like, we've already seen she got a few marbles missing. Anyway, we see she's pretty much telling him, we'll do the deal. You'll never meet with him. You gonna meet with me, and I want a little piece on the side for me. Now, this is the type of thing that'll get you whacked. Now, maybe because Chin and Colombo having a little beef, maybe she's got the perfect point to get in and do this without them finding out or whatever. But I think this is man, she's pretty much flirted with her own demise multiple times. So I can't say this could be it, but she definitely be playing with fire. I tell you, man, straight up. So, I don't know, man. I don't like that. She is so manipulative and she's gotten people whacked. She got that brother whacked, which, damn. And his mama, I feel bad for her. So it ain't no telling, man, what she's up to. Columbo, I hope he don't trust her too much because she already put him in jail. She already lied on him. I mean, how much more can you take? Carolyn Lewis. Okay, I got that comment already. Charlie Kettles, nice seeing you. That's what's up, Charlie. Sherry, I'm sorry. I said I need my glasses. Sherry Kettles, nice seeing you too. Place to vent. Seems like they keep repeating the same storyline. Yeah, it does seem kind of familiar with that Stella stuff. And I don't like how they keep putting in some of these shows the narrative of these women like outsmarting all the dudes doing some shady stuff, and then they just accept it and let them get away with it. um I just don't think that they would do that. I just don't think the women would do it, and I don't think the dudes would do that. But anyway, I guess that's the modern narrative or whatever. Women, they can do everything guys can do, including be drug dealers and killers, I guess. So, which that is true, but it's not as often as they make it seem. Um, Lord Bison, man, you ain't never lied, boy. You ain't never lied. I was looking at that today and I was thinking, what's she doing with Humpy? What's she doing with Humpy? Talking about, I live in the box with you. So Lord Bison say Mamie was looking tasty, boy, boy, boy. That woman is a beautiful woman, and you don't have to have everything hanging out and falling out, or be 20 years old. She's a beautiful. Uh, I don't want to say mature. I don't want to sound like she too old, but that's the right aged woman. But she was sitting there with Humpy, and he was saying, I don't know if I should do it. She's talking about, you trying to build a casino. Why don't you bet on yourself? First of all, I don't know what make them think why is he putting in so much money into this illegal casino in New York that could get shut down? Yeah, you paying the cops off and these people, but at any moment you could get shut down, and that's your bread and butter. Yeah, the doogie and stuff, but you got so many people, different things. It's a little harder. But with this, they can come in and raid it like Harlem Nights. Anybody move, I bump two in your ass. Anyway, we'll see. Um, so this episode of Godfather of Harlem, doing the recap, it kicks off with Betty Shabazz in the courtroom talking about Malcolm, and that she was there, saw he got plugged a couple times, more than a couple. Says she even heard him shooting while he was on the ground, which I believe this did happen because all the reports and things, historical reports, seem to say that, as well as even in the movie Malcolm X by Spike Lee, they showed that. So it got to be accurate. I'm joking. That movie was not accurate at all. That the Spike Lee character didn't even exist. He made that up. So anybody that ever saw the movie Malcolm X with Denzel and Spike Lee, just keep in mind that character Shorty did not exist. That was made up. Anyway, moving along, I was hurt when I found that out. Moving along, she's explaining what happened, and that she ran over there to try to revive him, but wasn't able to. And then she saw Milk Dud head security guard that you know, Bumpy's daughter Elise is in love with. I can't remember his waterhead name, but she said she saw him put the gun in Malcolm's pocket to make it look like he had a gun. Whereas we know Bumpy did give Malcolm a gun. It's really a lot going on, and that just kind of shows that we don't always remember or know everything. Sometimes you can be there and still get things wrong, because he pulled it out the pocket and she said it looked like he was putting it in. Nevertheless, he wasn't there as a good security guard, and Malcolm was gone. They had the guys there. And is it just me? I know this is a modern show and these are real modern people, but those dudes they had sitting there, they looked like they was from the 50s or 60s. They must have tried to get young dudes with an old face or something, because I was looking at them like, damn, they look old. Like they look like they from that time period. I guess just me, but I thought they was like, time traveled in this month. Anyway, they had them old young face dudes in this month, and they was all sitting there in front of everybody in the jury and pretty much looking like they already guilty. And their defense didn't seem like it was worth nothing. The best defense in this episode for them was uh Bumpy daughter Elise. She was sitting there, they said yes and no question. I got to say my piece. You don't ask a black woman a yes or no question. Anyway, she went on and on. The judge, like, if you don't shut your ass, I'ma throw you out. I'ma hold you in contempt. That lady girl, you're supposed to say a yes or no answer. He had that old racist tone in his throat. Anyway, they had Bumpy and everybody at his little place. It was looking good, jumping. He having a good time. But at the end of the day, Whoopi, she do his books. Whoopi Goldberg say, hey, look here, Bumpy. You losing money without that doogie. What you gonna doozy? And so everything looking good, but in reality, he broke. He losing money left and right. So we see he's struggling to figure out what he gonna do. Even his boys that work for him, they over there, they ain't even sharing squares. He talking about, man, I'm teaching you how to be self-reliant. He said, nah, man, you just cheap. I'm your best friend. Ever since we stopped with the doogie, you been holding dollars like ain't no tomorrow. Hey, man, I'm just trying to teach you self reliance. Anyway, they did see that one of Chen's boys was selling dope on their block. They went and told Bumpy. It got corrected real quick. And then dude was trying to say, hey, I'm protected by Chen. Do you know who you messing with? You made a big mistake. Little did he know, because he was laid out on the ground, that Chen was right there. And Chen like, hey, boop, put one right in his dome, point blank range. And he told Bumpy, that's what I do for friends. Because at that point, him and Bumpy was talking about that deal he wanted in, and Bumpy say no. And he like, we friends. And he like, and so he said, look, this is what friends do. We put one in the head for somebody. That's what we do. That's what friends are for. Anyway, this episode was good. It was actually not a lot going on in the sense we see the court drama going on with the dude, the killers of Malcolm. And then we pretty much see Bumpy trying to put his money together so that he can possibly get this real estate thing going on. Mamie, we saw her looking beautiful as always, but her beauty wasn't working when she went to go talk to one of these guys that had some government funds available. And she said, hey, my husband no longer in the doogie business. I guess we should give him an award, right? He got a criminal record. She said, well, he ain't the only one. Yeah, but the government only accepts the ones that are white. You black and a criminal record. That's two strikes you out. Ain't no play ball. So she was trying to work her charm, work that magic, but dude was not trying to hear it. And she really got his back because she was telling Bumpy, hey, look, you gambling with this casino, let's gamble on you. Let's gamble on yourself. Let's go ahead and do that deal with the bankers, put up the properties. I think that's a bad move. And he like, but what about the family home? She say, I live with you in the box, baby. I'm good. I ain't about to be in the box. You get too old, you come too far, it's hard to go back to the bottom again. Unless you was not too far from the bottom, then it ain't no big deal. But he didn't made it to the penthouse. But we'll see. I think in the end, see, we also see that Frank Lucas is gonna get introduced this season. They show, I think maybe next episode, they show Frank Lucas getting introduced. And of course, Bumpy was in the business before he died. Bumpy died in the business. So this is only something he must be going through after the death of Malcolm, because Malcolm was always trying to do the right thing. He was a good influence on Bumpy. And after, after Malcolm died, Bumpy trying to do the right thing and be a better man. And then money talk and everything else gonna have to take a walk, because he gonna probably be going broke and forced to get back into it. So that'd be interesting to see. But yeah, this is a good episode. We see Bumpy with Frank Lucas, and then Bumpy, of course, died in the game in real life. And Bumpy died of a heart attack. So it'll be interesting to see. I'm working on a Bumpy Johnson biography video. I'm almost finished. I've actually had it almost complete for almost a year, believe it or not. I should have been finished it. I forgot about it. Then I came back to it and other things, but I need to complete that. Um, it's only a little bit left to do, so I need to get that completed. And I think people will like that video. But Bumpy had a good, interesting life. And this is a good show. I enjoyed it. This episode was fire, but not fire in the sense of action packed. It's fire to me. I think you'll enjoy this show and this episode if you like somewhat of his accurate historical dramas, and with you know some interesting moments. So yeah, dude got whacked, but that wasn't nothing spectacular. He got popped in the back of the head. That was messed up. But overall, I just like seeing the way they put this story together, like relive the historical events and things. So that's why I enjoy this show, and it's very well put together, good actors and stuff. Again, for those that may not have heard me say it earlier, what's going on with Forrest Whitaker, and he more like Humpy Johnson. It looked like he was kind of disheveled and humping his back. Is he doing this to be like Bumpy Johnson, or is Forrest Whitaker too old for this shit? I'm too old for this shit. He didn't turn into Forrest Danny Glover in this mother. I remember Forrest Whitaker was in Platoon, just a fat young black dude with glasses. Nah, he turned into Humpy Johnson, and he didn't got old on me. Anyway, this episode, I liked it. Let me go ahead and give it my Mosco rating. And I didn't watch The Last of Us yet. The Last of Us on HBO dropped tonight as well, which is another good show. So I'll be checking that out a little bit. So anyway, now it's time for the Mosco rating. The Mosco rating is my rating system I use. Most of you all are familiar with it, but for those that are new, it's real simple. 4 categories, 25 points each, give you $1. Let's see. The visual cinematography, I did enjoy this, the way it's shot and the way it looks. The couple scenes that come to mind when dude was talking and then Chin was standing there, he was like, whoops. I like how the camera did that. A couple different, but overall, they don't make this show look old like other shows like Raising Canaan. But it's still shot as a period piece. I enjoy it. Overall score of 25 is the max. I would give it a 20. Let's see. Storyline and plot, I did enjoy this episode. um I think this might have been a better first episode than Raising Canaan, just because it just picked up moving forward. It didn't do too much flashback. It did kind of, not really, because that scene about Malcolm and stuff was before the episode started technically. So I like how they kind of picked up and moving. It's not a action packed movie and show, and then they got to keep it somewhat accurate. So overall, this episode I would give a 20 out of 25. Let's see. Special effect, makeup, costumes, they do make sure that everybody has the proper costumes and all of that for the period. Not much special effects really or makeup this episode. I'm gonna give this category, 18. Well, they do a good job with all the other stuff. And if you do a good job on something like that, it's really not a standout thing. But I'm gonna give it an 18. I'll stick with that. An entertaining fun factor. Hmm. I did enjoy this episode. Will it be something I'll be talking about? Nah, not like for years to come. It's a good start to the season. I can't wait to see what Frank Lucas and all of the stuff that's going on, how it all works out. Um, so I will give this entertainment fun factor maybe hmm, thinking, man. I liked it, but hmm. I'm thinking somewhere between the 18 and 20. That's what I'm thinking, somewhere between the 18 and 20. I'm gonna go with a 20 because it wasn't bad, but it wasn't something that I would be going all crazy over. So, but I enjoyed it, which brings my Mosco to a 78, which is like a B minus, C plus. Um, I haven't normally given this a 78 for this show, but I mean, I think that's about right for this episode. I mean, if anybody thinks it was a or a 10 or something like that, I don't know, but I always give a point 0.5 margin of discretion. So if you think it was a 85 or a 70 or a 75, I could see the case for that. But overall, I enjoyed it. It was good. I like how it's bringing back the story from where we left off, but then also progressing forward. I'm so glad they got rid of this court stuff in the first episode so we don't drag on 3 or 4 episodes with her going back fighting for this Negro. Let him go, move on. Maybe she back on the smack. Maybe she back on the junk. No, but yeah, move on. Move on. They whacked him. It's over. They did it. They didn't. We'll never know. She talking about it with the CIA and the FBI in the 60s. Like they was about to do something. No internet, no way to figure out. Back then, they probably thought they could keep secrets so hidden forever. And they almost did. Look how long it took for the JFK info to come out. It took what, 70 years, 60 years? So, yeah, man, you never know. Anyway, I ain't gonna go too long on Godfather Harlem on this episode. I appreciate everybody for coming through. I'm gonna do The Last of Us as well as talk about Raising Canaan, and I love to do my news on Sundays. That's what I normally do. I may just do my news on Sundays next Sunday, and just do Godfather Harlem on Monday, and put out something for The Last of Us. I don't know, but I like to talk with everybody and get all what's going on in these streets. Talk about what's going on in these streets. Anyway. Skills, you say he is old but still doing it. He is still doing it. I just don't do the doogie right now. No doogie, but if with this money and they got my family a home on the line, I'll sell the doogie if that's what it takes. That's probably what got him back selling that doogie. Is that when they come for that loan payment of $3 million every month and you ain't got it, you running short, put the doogie back on the block. Now you need some smack. Come to me. One Journey. Much love and appreciation, One Journey. Well, y'all, I'm about to wrap it up here. I appreciate everybody for coming through as always. And I'll be back tomorrow and we gonna make it happen on the next one. Y'all be safe. Deuces.